From a height of 60,000 members during the dark days of the dictatorship, the ranks of those still in the armed resistance against government has dwindled to some 4,000 to 5,000 at most today. Records indicate some 13,000 have laid down their arms and re-assimilated back to the mainstream since President Rodrigo Duterte began his presidency. 2,000 of which in the last 8 months since then AFP Chief of Staff took over as Secretary of Office of the Presidential Advisor on the peace process. PTV correspondent Daniel Manalastas on a mix of localized peace talks and the revival of the anti-subversion law that the OPAPP chief expects to bring the numbers down even further in this report.
The government continues its localized peace talks with communist rebels. Office of the Presidential Advisor on the Peace Process Secretary Carlito Galvez said there are a total of 13,000 NPA rebels who have surrendered to the government from 11,000 before he succeeded as OPAPP chief. Galvez added that the cabinet continues to have a good coordination with the local government offices. OPAPP said some surrenderies are not just per individuals but per units. OPAPP also supports the possible revival of the anti-subversion law, where joining the Communist Party of the Philippines will be considered as a criminal act. Earlier, DILG Secretary Eduardo Año also supported the revival of the law.
I believe mas maganda po. It can multiply the effect. Kasi unang-una, yung mga organization na affiliated sa CPP-NPA, definitely we can carve them and we can tinatawag nating issue warrants. So yung RA 1700, napakaganda po yun kasi kung tutusin po yung Malaysian experience, kanilang naging puhunan para na nabuwag nila yung kanilang insurgency there is really yung strong very strong anti-terrorist.
For government's continued fight against the New People's Army, the OPAPP also expressed support for more police visibility in some universities and colleges, where leftists are believed to be recruiting students. Galvez added that the Philippine National Police should not be limiting its mandate, especially in its fight against the enemies of the state.
The state police should not be restricted to enforce the law. Kasi kung magkakaroon po ng restrictions, there are possibility magkakaroon po ng security gap. Kasi ang nakita natin na the PNP is mandated to serve and protect. If he is not allowed to enter a certain area, it will deprive them. Parang kumbaga sana susuntok ka, bawal ka sumuntok sa muka sa boxing. Ibig sabihin parang meron ka na kaagad na restrictions. Any campaign that so much restrictions, it will be disadvantageous to the security process.
For now, the OPAPP hopes to continue its success in localized peace talks. Daniel Manalastas for The Nation.